So I wanted to tell you about a few movies that I've seen about travel. The first one is an 8-episode series, and it's called The Serpent. And the actors weren't familiar to me. I didn't know who they were, but they were certainly very good in what they did. And the story was great. I remember reading about this story on the BBC, and it was such an interesting story about travel and people getting caught up in being naive or taking advantage of. And so I thought it was such a great series. Every episode was full of intrigue and suspense, and it went on for quite a long time. That the intensity of the acting and the story was kept you interested. So it was very, very good. So I highly recommend you watch that. And then one that's related to that, because it was based in Thailand, was on YouTube. It's called The Master Forger. I'll put a link in there. You can watch that. That was really, really good. About a guy who got away for years with making false passports. And another one with Daniel Radcliffe is called The Jungle. True story about a guy who goes traveling, and they want a bit of adventure, but what happens is they let a guy give them some advice on where to go, and he takes them, and it was the wrong guy to trust. So the storyline you can get is you got to be careful who you trust. Don't be paranoid, but make sure you've thought about who you're listening to and who you're following, and don't let anybody put anything in your drink. People are better about it now, but in those days people got away with it. And a related story is something that happened to a student that went to the same school, an alumni of mine, and the movie is called Into Thin Air, about a boy who took a van from Ottawa and he wanted to drive to Boulder, Colorado. Ellen Burstyn's in that, and the private detective, I don't remember his name, but he's a very good actor, and that was such a great story. And so I highly recommend you watch that if you haven't already. And you want to keep your wits about you when you're traveling. Don't always trust everyone. Just remember that some people aren't out for your best interest, and just be aware of that. Okay, so those are 4 great movies that I highly recommend you watch. All of them were very good. Okay, bye-bye.